Hi, everybody, and welcome to my second review of the Black Library website for the books, anyways. So, today we will cover the second book short book that was released with the 2021 Advent e-short stories. That was a subscription that let you buy 12 books before Christmas, and actually you could buy them individually. So, right now, what I'll cover the second release of the 2021 Advent. And in this one, the title was The Wolf and the Rat, and it was written by C.L. Werner, or Clint Werner. He's always under the name C.L. then Werner. In this little story, we pretty much cover a lore within Age of Sigmar, and more precisely, the Cursed City. So if you don't know about the Cursed City, Games Workshop released a board game last year that was named Cursed City. And within this story, we follow some adventurers that goes into Ulfenkarn. Sorry, I was forgetting the name. So the name of the city, the Cursed City itself, is Ulfenkarn. Within this lore, of course, the board game goes and you explore and find out what's happening within the city and what's the secret of the city itself. C.L. Werner actually released a book last year too, named Cursed City. So if you're really interested and maybe not playing the board game, but you want to know about the lore, there is actually a book to explain you, written by the same person that released this short story. But for now, we will really focus on this short story that give us a little glimpse inside of what's happening inside the Cursed City itself. And to help you to understand what is the wolf and the rat, I will put in this description two miniatures that Games Workshop sells. One of them is actually Radukar the wolf. He's the main hero, let's say, of the story. We follow his footsteps. And the rat is actually, I think it's Kridza, the rat prince. And Kridza is like the enemy of Radukar. So both of them got a clash within the city. It's more of a power struggle. And of course, Games Workshop are selling those two miniatures. So I'll just put them in the description so it kind of give you an idea who versus who. On the Black Library, when you look at the Wolf and the Rat, on its summary, it will say that Radukar is actually fighting to find out somebody plotting against him. And they say an old enemy shows up and etc. But like the title says, from the Wolf and the Rat, we know exactly that they're meaning those two miniatures that are named after the Wolf and the Rat. So it's not really a spoiler to know that they're going to clash within this short story. So a small summary from my part, without any spoilers. We meet Radukar and we follow him from his throne room into trying to find out in the field who's trying to plot against him. And he's the type of man or vampire, since of course they're in the vampires faction, that really thinks two moves ahead in a chess. So it's really fun to see how Radukar actually thinks outside of the box and kind of plan. I'll admit that since I read a lot of books, I kind of guess by the fifth page what was the plot twist out of it. So it's not groundbreaking. Again, well written though. I'll give it that. It's really easy to know exactly where they are, what they're doing, the interaction between the characters. But I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan, but I'm not too aware of Cursed City. I didn't read Cursed City. So when I landed on The Wolf and the Rat, compared to the Road Rage, where I know just a bit about the orcs, but not enough. I don't know enough about the Eldari. to really try to figure out what's happening. But the book is so well written that I know exactly where I'm at. In this one, the first step were kind of rough. Few names were getting thrown, few locations, so you're kind of wondering what is what. But at the end, everything goes together pretty well. So yeah, the first pages may seem a bit not confusing. I wouldn't say confusing, but it's a new words, maybe words you never read before. So you kind of try to remember them at the same time you go through that short story. So in the end, it was pretty good. More a basic plot twist, really backstab type of story, more like, I don't know, gangsters fighting gangsters. So basically take vampires and make them gangsters and clashing one against another. Radukar doesn't feel so special. Kridza doesn't feel so special either. They got their power as being vampires. So all in all, it's a good short story if you want to dig into Curse City, or if you're playing Curse City, the board game, and you want to see like a little glimpse within how rough it is in between those factions. I would say go for it. If you're not in Age of Sigmar and you're not interested, this book will feel really hollow. Nothing will actually be that interesting because it's really, really specific to Ulfenkarn or Core City. And you may feel that you're just reading something that you'll never read again. So for me, it's a good introduction for Core City. Kind of give you an idea of what to expect in Core City. And if you're somebody that like really more the gangster or politics, hidden politics within a city, or power struggles, it will be really interesting. That short story could actually really grip you and bring you into buying the Curse City. For the length of that book, that short book, it was 15 pages, so it was shorter than Road Rage, about 6 pages, and the 15 page was actually really, really short compared to Road Rage, where the 21st page was actually really long. So it took me about 45 minutes to read it, 30 to 45 minutes. And what I was doing, I was actually reading, going on Games Workshop website, looking at the miniature and coming back and keep reading it since I wasn't too much aware. So I really wanted to make sure I knew exactly what the character looks like, right? There wasn't really a big description of the characters within the writing. So I believe C.L. Werner did good for the amount of space that he was allowed within the 2021 advent. So you're supposed to write a short story and they'll say between X number of page or X number of words. For the amount of space he had, he did really well. I'm not sure I would have been able to put as much information and keep giving a decent flow in within. It was easy to find out because he tried to make a twist out of it. It was kind of easy to find out beforehand what it was planning, but at the same time it brings you that anticipation. Oh, I know what's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. When is it gonna happen? And you're kind of anticipating that. So that some people hate that. I don't mind it as long as it's well executed, and it was well executed. So that's not bad at all. So like I said, shorter than the others. For the price, the $5 for US dollars or the 340 euro, this one may leave you a bit thirsty for more, but not thirsty enough to drink again from Curse City. So if you're really interested into Warhammer Age of Sigmar Curse City, the within politics and how it happens, I would say it's a good read. It's worth it if you want an intro to it. So if you're not too sure you want to buy the $20 something, $30 to buy Curse City, or you don't want to buy the board game without knowing too much, I would say, yeah, buy this little short story or the Advent once you see all the reviews to give you an idea if you like it or not. But beside that, I don't see it as much interesting right now. So I believe what I'll do by the end of the 12 reviews, I'll make one just for the 2021 Advent, and I'll try to do it spoiler free, a really big review about the 12 of them all together. Is it worth the price? As of now, sadly, I would wait for a special. If those little short stories could be available for $1, I would say maybe €1, 150 US, maybe $2 Canadian. I believe they would sell a lot more of them easily individually instead over the Advent, and it'd be really more balance for what you get, because they're really just bite-sized lore that are made to get you into some specific stories. If you like orcs, reading Road Rage will bring you to the orcs. The Wolf and the Rat is really a niche. It's really made for Curse City. So if you don't have any interest and you're buying the Advent for that price of $50 Canadian or €35, you kind of feel that you kind of wasted a bit of money there. But yeah, so this was my review. So I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It's not that C.L. Werner is not doing a good writing with it. He actually did a really good job, like I told you. Really, for such a short amount, he really did give us a lot of information and really bring a little story and fight in between, and it was really interesting. But it's too much of a niche, too much something that is really for a few people. So I could see this being one of the free books that is proposed by Black Library. They'll say buy the Advent, the 2021 Advent e-subscription, and you get 2 free books for the cost of 10. And I would say The Wolf and the Rat should be one of those free books as of now. On this, I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you find this interesting, and we'll see for the next review on next week. So on this, take care and see you around.